Hi guys, it's Chris Brown here, getfitacademy.co.uk. Okay, I'm going to bring you a presentation today and talk about wheat. I'm going to be doing a series of these on foods that I recommend that you remove from your diet, okay? So today is all about wheat. I just want to get you a better understanding about the why behind all of the removing of certain foods, especially those that have downloaded the Amanda Harrington meal plan who have never worked with me before. And you might be a little bit confused as to why we sort of removing certain things. Okay, so hopefully this will start clearing things up for you. Okay, so the title, Wheat's It All About. Okay, sorry about the pun there. Alright, here we go. So this is just a quick presentation to share why wheat needs to be removed from your diet. Pretty simple, pretty basic, to be honest. Okay, so wheat. Where can we find wheat? Alright, obviously the biggest one is bread, so all flours as well contain wheat. Pasta. Sauces, wheat is actually hidden in a lot of things, so the likes of curry sauce, soy sauce, the jarred stuff that you get, you'll find a lot of wheat in there. And if you actually have a look at the ingredients on a lot of food products that you buy, wheat will pretty much be in most of them. Okay, so as I say there, it's hidden in many foods and majority of all flour-based products. And couscous as well. Not a lot of people realise that couscous is actually derived from wheat. Okay, so those of you that are eating grains such as couscous, I definitely recommend that you switch to something like your brown basmati rice if you prefer to eat grains. I don't eat a lot of grains though. Okay, so about wheat, I want to tell you a little bit about wheat now. So what it actually does, what it is. Okay, so wheat contains gluten. I'm not sure if you've actually heard of gluten before, but gluten is the Latin word for glue. Okay, and if you were a kid in the nursery when you were younger, can you remember how they used to make it was like a putty? You used to get flour and water and just mix it together and it would be like a big putty sort of glue that you used to play with, like Play-Doh, I think it was. We used to make it all the time in nursery. But you can imagine that effect that it has in your body, and that's just literally mixing water with flour. Okay, so if you can imagine that gluten around your stomach, it's going to stick around there for days, okay? Days, weeks, even months and years in some cases, okay? So that is never going to be good, alright? Wheat is also an allergen, alright? So people that have wheat allergies can have sudden onset symptoms, okay? And this is caused exactly the same way as any other allergen, so any other allergy that you may have. So things like coughing, asthma, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, hives, and rashes can all be caused by wheat because it is a high allergen, okay? However, not a lot of people are actually allergic to wheat, but a lot of people do have intolerances. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about intolerances now. And the symptoms for wheat intolerance are much more varied and occur around 2 to 3 days later than actual allergy responses, okay? And it's traditionally quite difficult for doctors to diagnose because of this reason, because it's 2 to 3 days later, okay? So certain things we're going to go into that the intolerances can affect, okay? That'll be next. And it's also digested as a carbohydrate, okay? So if you're eating a lot of wheat, like the likes of bread and stuff, it's high carbohydrate. You're gonna store a lot of fat based around eating a high carb diet, starchy carbohydrate that is. Okay. So wheat allergies, first of all, like I said before, sudden onset symptoms. Okay, so coughing, asthma, vomiting, nausea, diarrhea. Okay, all these things, and hives and rashes. All these things can happen immediately. Okay, so I've had it in the past when I've removed wheat out of my diet for like 30 days. And I've actually gone and I think the last time I detoxed, actually, I was at a business breakfast meeting and I had a bacon butty, okay? And that was the first thing that I broke my detox with. And I actually had a banging headache. I felt sick. And straight after the networking meeting, I had to go straight out, just sit in the car for a bit because I felt awful, okay? So I've experienced some of these symptoms myself, yet I was a big bread eater. I probably ate around 10 slices a day at one point when I wasn't a trainer, when I wasn't really healthy. I used to call myself skinny fat because I could eat whatever I wanted, but I'd never ever put any weight on, Okay, so back in the day when I used to eat around 10 slices of bread, I never used to realise that it was having such a big effect on my body, okay? And only recently when I started detoxing over the past couple of years and sort of reintroducing it and then seeing the effects it had on my body, then I realised that I had sort of a wheat allergy intolerance, okay? Okay, so wheat intolerances. It can be GI, so that's gastrointestinal, okay? So stomach bloating and cramping, which is probably the most common thing that people get. They tell me all the time when they're detoxing and they remove wheat from the diet, when they reintroduce it, they get massive cramping and massive stomach bloating, okay? And that's probably one of the most common symptoms. Can also get diarrhea and constipation as well, which is weird because it affects people in different ways. Neurological, so you can actually get headaches, memory loss. It can affect behavior in children and can actually cause depression as well. So if you're intolerant to wheat, you can suffer from all of the above. It's not just one of them. It could be all of them and none of them. Okay, it affects your immune system. So it actually gives you poor resistance to infection. It can cause mouth ulcers and also can affect arthritis as well. So it can actually bring on arthritis, or if you've suffered with arthritis in the past, it can also heighten the arthritis. Okay. Next, skin rashes. So pretty obvious this one. I never ever suffered with eczema till I was around 18-year-old, I think it was, and then suddenly it just come on top of me. And I can't really put a finger on the time when, I don't know if I was eating more wheat at the time, or if I was if I'd removed it out of my diet for a while, because I was training in the gym and stuff, and I'd probably maybe cut my carbs out for a little bit, then reintroduced it. But I got mad eczema all of a sudden one day, and I didn't know where it come from because I'd never suffered from it before. And actually now, my eczema is completely clear. I never ever get it. But if I do have wheat, I can start getting like itchiness around the areas where I've had eczema in the past. And if I eat wheat on a couple of days in a row, it definitely comes out in sort of a big, massive, inflamed rash. Okay, so I can definitely get eczema through wheat, so I can relate with that. You can also get psoriasis and also itchy, flaky skin through wheat intolerance. Okay, and there's also general sort of things that are caused by wheat intolerances as well, such as food cravings, tiredness, chronic fatigue, and like a general unwell feeling. So if you have if you know you have a butty or you have toast or something and you generally feel like you've got like really sudden tiredness, like a lot of people have toast for breakfast, then a couple of hours later they'll be shattered in work, and that's when they'll start grabbing for sugar and things like that. So those food cravings, that tiredness, the chronic fatigue feeling, that can all be linked to wheat intolerance as well. So if you're having breakfast cereals, toast for breakfast, then I definitely advise that you sort of remove these from your diet, okay? It is the worst way you can start the day, to be honest. Okay, so wheat to do. I want you to remove all wheat containing products for the next 30 days, okay? If you do this, you'll notice a huge change in your mood, in your digestion, in your general energy levels. Remove all the wheat out of your diet for 30 days. And then you actually might not even realize what wheat is doing to your body. Okay, so people always say to me often say, well, I've been eating bread for years, I've been eating pasta for years, and it's never ever affected me before. But until you actually remove it from your diet, then reintroduce it, you're never really fully sure of the effects that it is having on your body, okay? So I fully recommend that you remove it for 30 days, okay? Then I want you to reintroduce it to it. Okay, so reintroduce wheat into your diet and then note how you feel for the next couple of days and immediately after, okay? Some people have actually been violently sick, so sort of actual violent projectile vomiting. So it's that crazy. You can actually get projectile vomiting from reintroducing wheat into your diet, and that pretty much comes straight away. People have felt really nauseous. They've actually threw up a numerous amount of times. People have had banging headaches, and other people that I've spoke to, it just wipes them out, okay? So when they reintroduce it. So what I want you to do is actually note how you feel immediately after, and then for the next couple of days as well. If you have no reaction at all, I'd be pretty surprised at that, but it probably means you've got a high tolerance to wheat. If you have some form of reaction, then I'd pretty much advise that you rarely do consume any wheat-containing products. Otherwise, you are going to suffer with sort of your health and your intolerances and things like that. It's going to affect your immune system and all the things that we mentioned before. Okay? All right. So that's about it on wheat. Pretty short presentation, but I just wanted to enlighten you a little bit and teach you a little bit more about why we're removing certain things from the diet. Okay? So to learn more for free, okay, I'm holding a seminar in a couple of weeks' time. It's actually a week on Thursday. It's called The Lies You've Been Told About Weight Loss, okay? It's a free seminar, and basically I'm going to explore through the myths of training, things that you've been told in the past about nutrition, calorie counting, all of that sort of thing, and I'm actually going to sort of give you a takeaway blueprint as well. So you're going to go away with an action plan. You're going to be able to implement that the next day and actually start losing weight, dropping weight, increasing your health and feeling a hell of a lot better about yourself, okay? So that's at Circo, that's on the Albert Dock, and that's Thursday the 26th of May at 7 p.m, okay? So I'd love to see you there. What I want you to do is go over to my Facebook, check my events and RSVP. Straight away, it is strictly limited amount of places, so you must get in there quick because I'm telling you now, it's going to sell out straight away. I put it out today and I've got like 29 people. The last time I checked, 29 people are coming, and I think I'm limiting it to around 50 people, okay? So if you haven't taken action on it yet, then seriously get down there and do it. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope this helps, and I hope it's educated you a little bit more as to why I like people to remove wheat from the diet. Okay, take care, bye bye.